This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
Turn it over to the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
Well, for the West Fargo Patriots, they've been here before. It's a short trip here to Starion Bank Field for them, as they, of course, hosted the tournament last year. Went 1-2 in the Central Plains Regional. Also made it 2022 in Rapid City as well. For Grand Rapids, Minnesota, up on the Iron Range, pretty new territory. They have not made the Central Plains Regional in about a half century. This afternoon, here at Starion Bank Field, the Patriots and the Wolfpack square off in game number 3 on day number 1 of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Baseball Tournament. Good afternoon. We return to Starion Bank Field in Southwest Fargo. Brad Anderson with you as Grand Rapids, the runners-up out of the state of Minnesota. They're 19-14 on the season. The runners-up out of the state of Minnesota, as they took second place over the weekend at the last weekend at the Minnesota State Tournament, as they went 4-2, losses to New Ulm Gold, but came back, beat New Ulm and East Grand Forks to get into the championship, and lost to Shakopee, Minnesota by a score of 13-9, as they had a 9-6 lead. They were down 6-1 after 2 innings of play, scored 8 in the 4th. Only to see Shakopee post 2, get 2 in the 6th, 7 in the 5th inning, and a 13-9 win. As the Grand Rapids Wolfpack on your right in the orange jerseys, and the West Fargo Patriots, the champions out of North Dakota Class AA. It was not an easy road for the Pats, but they certainly got it done after defeating Minot in their opening game of the state tournament. The Patriots lost to the post 400 Stars out of Fargo, 3-2 in extra innings, which meant they had to take the long way to get into the state tournament, and they certainly did so. Helped in the fact that Fargo post 400 did make the state finals, so once they got to the championship, they knew they were in the Central Plains Regional, but they won 3 elimination games to get to the championship. They won 5 elimination games to win the state title after losing 3-2 in extra innings to Fargo post 400. An 11-2 win over Bismarck, a 2-1 win over Dickinson. That was in 8 innings of play, and then qualified for the Central Plains with a 3-0 shutout over Mandan last Friday, and then defeated post 400 twice, 4-0 and 6-1, to defend their state Class AA title. So you look at that, and those 5 elimination games to win the state title, they gave up just 4 runs, and they surrendered only 11 runs in 7 innings or 7 games of play in the state tournaments. So that's pretty impressive, to say the least, here for West Fargo. As you see the Patriots lined up down the third base line of the white jerseys, as Jordan Rowe's team solid once again. Again, very deep pitching, solid defense. They can generate some offense. They like their chances. 42-14-1 of the year. Grand Rapids post 60, the Wolfpack out of northern Minnesota at 19-14 on the year. In this group, doing some special things here, getting northern Minnesota back in the Central Plains Tournament. Grand Rapids in for the first time in about a half a century. We'll come back. Starting lineups, first pitch from Starion Bank Field in Fargo after this.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport. and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo, ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Glad to have the Central Plains Regional here in Fargo on the centennial year of American Legion baseball in this great country. 100 years old as, of course, the winner of this tournament heads on to Shelby, North Carolina, beginning next week for the American Legion World Series. Let's take a look at the batting orders. We're going to get things going a few minutes ahead of our scheduled 4 o'clock first pitch as the Patriots take the field. First for the Grand Rapids Wolfpack, head coach is Bill Kinnunen, as they are at 19-14 on the year. For Grand Rapids, leading off will be the third baseman Ethan Morgan. Batting second in center field, Nolan Savados. Sam Dick will be on the hill for the Wolfpack. He will hit third. Caleb Gunderson batting fourth at shortstop. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, Alex Wegworth. Batting sixth and catching, Oliver Spahn. Batting seventh in right field, Caden Sweeney. Batting eighth in left field, Ari Lampa. And batting ninth will be the second baseman, Riley Madison. Hudson Dinger, probably call him the ace of the West Fargo staff, as the NDSU commit taking his warm-up tosses. The rest of the lineup behind the plate will be Ryan Camarillo around the infield. It is Max Zenker at third, Jet Collins at shortstop. Brody Medina is at second base, and Austin O'Lean at first. The outfield from left to right. Landon Zink in left, Trey Hussar in center, and it'll be Luke Finn in right field for the Patriots. West Fargo already played on this diamond. They won the championship of the Jim Peterson tournament here in late June. When they faced the Post 400 Stars in the regular season doubleheader, they had to move the last 4 innings of Game 2 here. They had a little trouble with the lights that night in West Fargo. And they finished this game, but they're very familiar with this ballpark. And it's one thing when you can be in a tournament like this and you can sleep in your own bed. And that's what the Post 400 Stars and West Fargo Patriots do have, that luxury. Ethan Morgan will lead things off here for Grand Rapids. As Ethan Morgan, looking at his numbers coming in, he had hits in 5 of their 6 games in the state tournament in ball 1. 353 on the first pitch. Skies have turned into cloudy, sun has turned into cloudy skies. Again, after multiple inches of rain last night, they basically ended late last night, and then it was a scramble to try and get the outfield playable, which they have. Still a little soft in some spots, but some wind and some warmer weather. 2-0 the count here to Morgan. And a game time temperature here for you. It is at 82 degrees right now. Dinger delivers. It is a strike, 2-1. As mentioned, Hudson Dinger really the ace of this staff. against post 400 in the state tournament last week in Williston. Got a no decision, 6 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 10, walked 3. That's foul out of play, 2-2 the count. But they do have a deep staff. Luke Finn, Trey Hussar, among others. Parker Hendrick, another one. Dinger pitched just the one game in the state tournament. Game that pulls 401 in relief, or in the extra innings, I should say, 3-2 outside here in a full count. 3:15 down each line here at Starion Bank Field. 3:55 in the alleys. 385 to straightaway center. 2 home runs in the last game of the tournament. The fly ball here shallow left. Could be trouble. Jet Collins out. Makes a nice running catch. He's an outstanding shortstop. He is one to keep an eye on here for the West Fargo Patriots as he was able to drift back and make that catch in shallow left. Nolan Sfatos to the plate. He had 3 hits against Shakopee in the championship game on August 4th. Actually, August 3rd. As he finished up last weekend at St. Michael Albertville. Ball 1 to Sfatos. Sfatos that was his best game at the plate. He was also 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored Sunday against East Grand Forks, striking 1-1. He also pitched against Eastside. They won 8-6. That got them into the Central Plains Regional and then lost 13-9. They had 13 hits against Shakopee. Sfatos led the Wolfpack with 3 of those hits. 7 players had a hit in that game for Grand Rapids, now 1-2. Dinger, as we mentioned, committed just recently, just maybe 2-3 weeks ago, to play baseball and stay at home at NDSU, North Dakota State. 1-2. Slap to third. Couple of big hops for Zinker. And on to first in time. There's 2 away. Bring up Sam Dick. Sam Dick had a nice tournament at the plate.
Number 16,
Sam Dick had 9 hits in the state tournament, including 3 in their opening round 13-12 win over Hutchinson, where he had a triple and 3 runs batted in. They beat Hutchinson 13-12 in their opener at state, and beat Alexandria. Sam Dick threw a 6-hit shutout and a 2-0 win the following day. Called strike here, and it's 0-1. Sam Dick also had 2 hits, including a double against New Ulm, a game that they won 3-0 on August 2nd at St. Michael Albertville. Good fastball from Hudson Dinger, and it's 1-1. And it's unfortunate that a pitcher and a good one like Hudson has the last name of Dinger, but he's hoping not to surrender any here today. Southwest wins. Again, things have clouded up here a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Slap down the left field line and foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Games earlier today. Game 1 saw Lincoln East 6-0 over Harrisburg, South Dakota. Harrisburg held to 1 hit. Fastball struck him out. And Hudson Dinger has himself a 3-up, 3-down, top of the first. We'll get to the Patriots batting order when we return. Half inning complete. Grand Rapids nothing. The Pats are coming to bat after this on MSPN.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
Fourteen pitches for Hudson Dinger in the top of the first inning to set down Grand Rapids in order. It'll be Sam Dick to get the call. on the bump for Grand Rapids. He'll face this lineup for the West Fargo Patriots. Coached by Jordan Rowe. Leading off will be the center fielder, Trey Hussar. Batting second in left field, Landon Zink. Batting third at shortstop, Jet Collins. Brody Medina will bat fourth at second base. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Luke Finn. Batting sixth, designated hitter, Tate Herman. He will hit for the pitcher, Hudson Dinger. Batting seventh at first base, Austin Oline. Batting eighth will be the third baseman, Max Zinker. And batting ninth will be the catcher, Ryan Camarillo. Offensively, Sam Dick on the mound. Oliver Spahn behind the plate. Ethan Morgan is at third. Caleb Gunderson at shortstop. Riley Madison is at second. And Alex Wegworth at first. Trey Hussar to lead things off here for West Fargo. As Sam Dick rocks and fires. Hussar flips one foul out of play. Trey, another Division I signee. He will play for South Dakota State University. 0-1 to Hussar. Of course, played in the Central Plains last year, and his role has really increased. Not just he's kind of moved up in the pitching staff for the Patriots. He's also, last year was a guy probably hitting in the bottom third of the order, and he has been primarily either leadoff or number two for West Fargo. 1-1. Chopper to the right side. It's a fair ball played behind the bag by Wegworth, and he'll take it himself for out number one. I'll bring up Landon Zink. Trey Hussar,
left fielder number 15, Landon Zink,
had 6 hits in the state tournament. Landon Zink is the batter. Zink had 7 hits in the state tournament, including a double, 3 RBIs in the second championship game against Post 400. A 6-1 victory, outside ball 1. As I mentioned, Sam Dick threw a shutout in the state tournament against Alexandria. The 1-0. Good fastball, that's in for a strike, 1-1. Another left-handed batter. In fact, the Grand Rapids outfield alignment, they'll shift around in left and center. Big swing and a miss in 1 and 2. With the Patriots, again, pitching and defense-wise, pretty solid. They can generate some offense. They probably figure, you get 4, that should do the trick. But we'll see. Little dribbler foul up the third base line. They're more apt to win games 3-2, 2-1. You just look at, they had 13 hits against Bismarck when they eliminated the Governors in the 31st, 11-2. But other than that, you look 2-1 and 8, 3-0, 4-0, 6-1. On their way to defending their state title. Sam Dick on 1-2. That is popped up. Might be playable. Foul territory. Morgan with room and squeezes it with 2 hands for out number 2. Winner so far today, Lincoln East 6-0 over Harrisburg and Shakopee. Keegan Hudson 6 innings. Needed just 60 pitches to give up just 3 hits. A 6-1 win over Elkhorn, Nebraska. Ryder Peace, University of Jamestown commit, had a home run for Shakopee. Jake Jansen 2 hits, including a homer for Elkhorn. Jet Collins, the shortstop at the plate, and he will fight one off into right and down for a base hit. Collins with a 2-out single. Collins had hits
number 1, Brody
in 6 of 7 games in the state tournament. He had 3 in their opening round win over Minot with a double and 2 runs batted in. Brody Medina, the batter. At second base, wears number 1. Collins, 2-out single, and they'll work on him right away as the throw over not in time. Medina, his best game at state. He had 3 hits, 3 RBIs against Bismarck. He also had another 3-hit game and a 4-0 win over Post 400. That was the first title game last Saturday in Williston. He was 3 for 4 with a run batted in. The Patriots had 11 hits in that victory. Fastball strike, inside corner, and 0-1 the count. Winner of this game plays tomorrow at 3:30. They will face Lincoln East in the winner's bracket. The loser will play tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Baseball with your coffee and bowl of cereal in the morning. 0-1. Back to the mound. Speared by Sam Dick, and that'll end the inning. One hit for the Patriots and one left as we're through one. Game 3 of day 1 from the Central Plains here in Fargo. No score for the Wolfpack and the Patriots. We'll be right back.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Lovin pitch first inning for Sam Dick as we're scoreless after one. Caleb Gunderson will lead things off for Grand Rapids, as we mentioned, in northern Minnesota. Part of the Iron Range. It's about a little over a 3-hour drive. Grand Rapids to Fargo. I've done it a couple of times in my broadcasting life. Junior college football, either at Itasca or on my way to Wasabi Range or Vermilion. Strike one to Caleb Gunderson, Alex Wigworth, and Oliver Spahn for the Wolfpack here in the second. As Hudson Dinger rocks and fires, foul and 2 strikes. Pretty competitive field in that Minnesota State tournament. The way it kind of ended up, on one side you had East Grand Forks and Grand Rapids, a couple of out-state teams, and then Shakopee and Fridley. Of course, you had New Ulm there. That's about as good a baseball town as there is in the state. 1-2, Gunderson. Looking back at his numbers, there's strike 3, got him looking. Gunderson had 4 hits in the state tournament. He becomes the second strikeout for Hudson Dinger here in the second. It's 1 down here in the top half.
First base, number 24, Alex Wigworth.
Alex Wigworth, first baseman at the plate. One thing that is alluded, West Fargo's at a successful program. Line to second. Stab there by Medina for out number 2. Diving grab for the second out. West Fargo had a lot of success. Got to the Central Plains. Never made it to Shelby. They've seen Post 2 do it. They've seen Post 400 do it in recent years. Maybe this is the year for the Patriots. Strike nothing in 1. They've really established themselves as a solid program, not just in this state, but really in the region, tri-state region. Fastball swing and a miss, and Oliver Spahn down to the count. Had 2 strikes. Rapids Post 60, Spahn. Two hits in the state tournament. Fastball, and it is now 1-2 the count. Boy, they had their share of games, including some slugfests. We mentioned 13-12 over Hutchinson. They walked him off in the bottom of the 7th. Sam Dick had 3 hits. Wigworth had 3 hits, and a foul tip. That is held by Camarillo for strike 3, and Hudson Dinger 6 up, 6 down so far. As a 1-2-3 inning, down go the Wolfpack in the top of the second. We're scoreless after an inning and a half.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Scoreless after an inning and a half, and in the West Fargo dugout, you got Jordan Rowe. Done a nice job coaching the Patriots. She got a former big leaguer as an assistant as well, Andy Young, who spent some time with the big leagues, mostly with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and nice to have a former big leaguer here in the dugout on the West Fargo side. As it'll be Luke Finn to lead things off here for the Patriots. Just enjoy reading our chat once in a while. Luke Finn bouncing ball is second. And Madison throws him out. There is one away. One pitch, and Luke Finn is retired here in the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless game. The sun has returned.
Batting six, the designated hitter, number 12, Tate Herman.
Nice to hear the voice of Travis Christopher in the public address. Travis, I would say the voice of Shields Arena, the public address voice of the Fargo Force, the USHL. Ball one to Tate Herman. Herman is the DH for the pitcher Hudson Dinger. Herman did most of his damage offensively early in the state tournament. He fouls one back here. 1-1. He had 3 hits, knocked in 2 runs in the opening round win July 29th. As the Pats beat Minot 6-4. He also knocked in a run on an 11-2 win over Bismarck. And they had to win 4 elimination games to get to qualify for the Central Plains, and they had to win. Actually, I got to redo my numbers here. They actually won 5 to win state title, 3 to get to the Central Plains. Now 3-1 here to Herman. And they throw a lot of lefties as West Fargo in that lineup. Hussar and Herman among others. Sam Dick delivers. Swing popped up, foul. And that will land out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Winners so far today, Lincoln East, and Shakopee. Shakopee, the champion out of Minnesota. 3-2 off the glove of Dick, rolls out to second. And Madison will throw him out. Score that 1-4-3 for the second out. And Austin O'Lean to the plate at first base for West Fargo.
Batting 7th, first baseman, number 8, Austin O'Lean.
Austin O'Lean 2 for 8 in the state tournament, and another lefty Jordan Rowe can throw out there. And the delivery from Sam Dick, it is ball 1. Shows a good fastball with a breaking pitch. Used as his out pitch as Zavados well into right center field. In on his hands and missed. Inside, 2-0 the count. Following this game, we'll have the opening ceremonies, and then our final game this evening. Fargo Post 400, the host Stars against Yankton, South Dakota. Ground ball, that'll sneak through. Free base hit. Just out of the reach of Madison, and O'Lean has a 1-out single, or make it a 2-out single here for the Patriots.
Third base, number 23, Max Zinker.
Here's Max Zinker. Zinker had 11 hits in the state tournament. 3 against Mandan, a 3-0 win last Friday. 2 against Post 400 as they won the state title, the second championship 6-1. West Fargo won the state title in this diamond last summer. A walk-off home run inside beat Fargo post 2. Aiden Wolf at a home run of the 10th for a 2-1 win. West Fargo won their opening round game last year in the Central Plains at Young Field, their home field, and then lost their next two, were eliminated by eventual Central Plains champion and arch rival Fargo post 2. Decent lead at first by O'Lean. Sam Dick to the set. Line drive off of Dick. It'll roll out to the first baseman, and everybody's safe. First of all, let's check to make sure the pitcher is okay. I think he got a glove on it, and they're going to check on him. And I said that happened so quick. As Bill Kinnunen, the coach, out to check on right-hander Sam Dick. That's a single for Zenker. I think he tried to get his glove up, but I think it went off of the pitcher before eventually deflecting out towards first base. So a single for Zenker, but that'll make you think about your life's choices there. That was a rope back to the mound. So I may give Sam Dick a couple of pitches here just to make sure he is okay, but yeah, that one's got a smart. On the chat here, he says 88-90 with a nice slider. It's still fairly young. Ryan Camarillo will try and keep the line moving here for West Fargo. Not too many return teams from last year's field, but the Pats were one of them. The delivery is a strike, 0-1 to win. Fargo post 2, who went through the Class AA North Dakota schedule. They ran the board at 18-0, but went 0-2 at the state tournament, upset by Mandan, eliminated by Minot, and then once post 2 was out of the field, then it really was up for grabs. Up the middle, Camarillo off the base hit. Here comes O'Lean rounding third. Jordan Rhoda send him home. They'll go to third as the ball gets away. As second runner is going to try and score. Dashing for the plate is Zenker, and he is in. Now Camarillo to third, and he's safe. 2 runs are home. Camarillo ends up all the way at third, and the Pats take the lead early at 2-0. So a single for Camarillo. He'll get an RBI. An error. I believe the error will be on the throw. On the center fielder. But Zenker with kind of a brash move to try and score with 2 out and beat the throw. And Camarillo just can't run until they threw it his way at third base. Here's Hussar. Trey a swing and a miss, and strike 1. Grounded to first in his first at bat. Aggressive base running with 2 out. Take advantage of an error in the field, and Patriots strike first. Off-speed delivery low, and that's smothered nicely by Spahn. 1-1 to Trey Hussar. And the delivery. Outside, 2-1. Hussar was an all-state high school player, went to school at Northern Cass High School, which is north of Fargo. He's been in the West Fargo summer program, Legion, otherwise for quite a long time. 3-1. He led Northern Cass to the state Class B high school state tournament, where they placed 4th. 3-1. 2 in, 1 on, 2 out. Sam Dick deals, and a strike. Strings out now 3-2. The payoff. Hussar left center over into the alley, and a nice running grab. Lampa, good break on one. It might have taken a hit away, maybe extra bases from Trey Hussar. That'll do it for West Fargo. The Patriots take the lead. 2 out rally, 2 runs, 3 hits. There was an error, And one stranded. West Fargo 2-0 lead from the Central Plains here at Starion. We'll be right back.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sam Dick had 17 pitches in that second inning. He's at 31 through 2. As Hudson Dinger
Number 11, Caden Sweeney.
will face the bottom third of the order as Grand Rapids has got to crack the code here on Hudson Dinger. He's needed 23 pitches to get 6 outs. Talking about earlier, game prior to this one, Keegan Hudson, 60 pitches in 6 innings to help Shakopee stay in the winner's bracket. They'll get the late game tomorrow night. First pitch swung on and missed by Caden Sweeney. Ari Lampa and Riley Madison will follow for Grand Rapids. I think Grand Rapids, I think hockey for one. Good hockey community. Fastball upstairs, and it is 1-1. I think across the river in Moorhead and Grand Rapids have had some battles over the years. Over the top and missing is Dinger, and it's 2-1. A fun run by Grand Rapids. Again, last year Osseo and Farmington were the Minnesota representatives at state, inside 3-1. Folks here with Fargo Post 400 and really looking forward to this tournament. And last year, some of them kind of went over to West Fargo off the handles, and a line drive to first. Caught by O'Lean, one away here in the third.
Batting eighth for Grand Rapids, the left fielder, number 4, Ari Lampa.
Ari Lampa, the batter. But to get a regional team here, that's, well, actually 2, that's not too far a drive. At East Grand Forks in the Final 4, which is of the Minnesota State Tournament. Hour or so drive north of here. Strike to Lampa, and it is 0-1. Ari Lampa hit primarily in the 2-hole in the state tournament, hitting in the number 2 spot in the order. Was dropped in the bottom of the order as the tournament went along. 2 hits in the state tournament, couldn't catch up to a fastball from Hudson Dinger, and it's now 0-2. 2-0 Patriots here in the top of the third inning. West Fargo 42 wins, the state champs under the host state North Dakota, and he fouled the plate. Camarillo couldn't hang on, and 2 strikes. And Dinger had just the 1 start in the state tournament, and they had to use all the arms in their arsenal on to play foul off to the right. 2 strikes the count to win that state title. Go back in the championship runs. Luke Finn threw a complete game shutout in game 1, and then Austin O'Lean went 5 1/3, worked around 5 walks to get the win in the second championship game, with Parker Hoff finishing in relief. Just missed 1-2 to Lampa. 3 strikeouts for Hudson Dinger so far. Time called. Landon Zink threw a shutout against Mandan. on August 1st. Trey Hussar got a no decision, but struck out 11 over 7 2/3 innings. And a 2-1 win over Dickinson. He got to his pitch limit. Had to take him out with 2 out in the 8th. 1-2. Popped up. Might be playable. Camarillo at the call. He locates it right away and makes the grab for out number 2. Eight up, 8 down for Hudson Dinger so far.
Grand Rapids, second base, number 8, Riley Madison.
Here's Riley Madison, the batter. Madison had 4 hits in the state tournament, including 1 for 3 and an RBI against Shakopee in the final. Fastball in on his hands and misses, ball 1. He had 13 hits and lost to Shakopee in the final. Sam Dick had 2 hits, a double and 2 runs batted in. Gunderson knocked in 2. And so did Ethan Morgan. 2-0 the count. Grand Rapids coming in a mark of 19-14 on the season. The 2-0 popped up, foul ground, chasing Collins and Zinker, and they'll run out of room. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Look around, a lot of green and orange. West Fargo using those colors, and well, 2 of the 3 high schools, West Fargo High School, their main color is green. Cheyenne, one of their primary colors is orange, but now you got to add Horace into the mix, the 3rd high school in the West Fargo district. They're black and gold. You got to incorporate that into the mix at some point, I would guess. 3-1 the count. With 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Line drive, there's a base hit. Madison has first hit of the state tournament for Grand Rapids on a solid base hit. That'll bring up Ethan Morgan.
Top of the order for Grand Rapids, now batting third base, number 3, Ethan Morgan.
Morgan with 7 for 22 in the state tournament for Grand Rapids. On it a pop to short in his first at bat. And a foul out of play for strike 1. Talked about earlier, we'll have a new Central Plains Region champ with Fargo Post 2 not in the field this year. The delivery, shot to third, fair ball past Zinker, down the left field line as Madison will stop at second. Took a peek at it, but Zink gets it back in. Morgan a base hit, his 8th of the postseason, and here comes Grand Rapids. 2 wide and 2 down.
Number 10,
Nolan Svatos. Svatos. Grounded to 3rd. In his first at bat. Svatos' best game at state was 3 hits. In the final against Shakopee. Also went 1 for 3, 2 runs scored against East Grand Forks. A ball makes it 1-0. Got 5 in the 4th inning to eliminate East Grand Forks 8-6 on that Sunday. And put up a snowman of the 4th. They scored 8, led 9-6 before Shakopee came back to win 13-9 in the final. There's a bunt down the third base line as letting it roll foul is Zinker. And it is now 1-1. Not a bad idea there to you can drop one down because with 2 out, doubtful that Zinker's really going to be in that mode of anticipating a bunt. Like to get Sam Dick a chance here to put him in a at-bat, run-producing opportunity. 1-1, line drive, and caught. Leaping grab by Collins to end the inning. Collins did a good job to just kind of wait before he took off on the leap to get to that ball and able to snare it, and that'll end the inning. A couple of 2-out singles, and that's it for Grand Rapids. They strand 2 And the Patriots hang on to the lead. 2-0 West Fargo, and we'll be back.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
2-0 in favor of West Fargo. Just looking at the chat. Talking about Roger Maris. Of course, a lot of people still look at him as the all-time home run leader. You don't want to look at the steroid era. Maris was, well, he grew up in Fargo. He's in the, his numbers retired with post 2. He was actually born in Hibbing. He was born up on the range, if memory serves. Then had his childhood in Fargo. Here's your history lesson. Landon Zink will lead things off against Sam Dick, and a swing and a miss. Strike one to Zink, popped to third in his first at bat. 4 hits allowed by the big right-hander. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Madison gobbles it up, and there's out number 1. I'll bring up Jet Collins. Jet Collins. His dad is Jory Collins, the fine women's basketball coach at NDSU. And a pretty talented shortstop, singled in his first at bat. And the delivery. Swings and drives one to right. And in his tracks and reaching back. And that is gobbled up by Sweeney for out number 2 as Collins' first pitch swinging retired. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Now batting.
26 now for Sam Dick. Hudson Dinger stands at 44 through 3. 105 is the limit for the day. Brody Medina on a comebacker to Sam Dick in his first at bat. That's dribbled foul to Jordan Rowe in the third base coaching box. And 1 strike. The 0-1. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Medina had 3 multi-hit games in the state tournament, 2 3-hit games. And he has a base hit here, just under the reach of a diving Madison. 2-out single. All 5 hits for West Fargo have come with 2 out. They turned 3 of them into 2 runs with an error included in there as well. And that's your difference in this one. 2-0 favor of the Patriots. Luke Finn rounded a second in his first at bat. We'll see with 2 out if West Fargo will get Medina moving as Dick fires over to first and runner back in time. And the delivery. Fastball just missed off the plate. That's 1-0. Svantos a little bit deeper and still playing the batter to pull as Finn fouls it away. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Well, that kind of the mini field that the kids are playing on right now, the youth are playing on, which was full of water. It seemed like it has dried up a little bit over there, so that's a good sign. After way too much rain yesterday in Fargo. At least 2 inches. There might have been reports of 3 to 4. Whatever it was too much. Too much. 1-1. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Medina's off, throw to second is there, and safe. Worked his way around the tag, and Medina has a stolen base. And that's 1-2. Final game tonight, Yankton, South Dakota against Post 400. Post 400 last making the regional in 21. They were the runner-up at state, and then won the whole thing in Sioux Falls. And get to play on their home field here in 25. 1-2. Tap foul, we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Set of the 1-2. Line drive, right center field, down for a base hit. It'll score Medina as Finn will take a peek. He'll settle for an RBI single, 3-0 West Fargo. More 2-out magic from the Patriots as that one too much of the plate that time, and Luke Finn dropping in a base hit. By far the biggest crowd we've had here today at Starion, with teams in the Metro and West Fargo here. Grand Rapids with nice contingent as well. Outside ball 1, Tate Herman held up at his swing as hit a shot off the glove of the pitcher Sam Dick out to second where he was thrown out. 6 2-out hits for West Fargo. And the delivery, flip foul out of play. And it is 1-1. This is the case for the Patriots, playing a very busy, demanding schedule. As the delivery, it is low, 2-1 the count. A number of in-season tournaments throughout the region this year. Hosted a tournament. Hosted their tournament in late June. They were, of course, part of the Jim Peterson invite, which they won. In fact, they won the final 2 games here at Starion, 8-0 over the Stars, and then 7-0 over Tri-City Red in late June. Bouncing ball to first and played by Wegworth. Into the bag, unassisted to win the inning. West Fargo adds a run. 2-out hits from Medina and Finn. A run on 2 hits, no errors. 1 stranded. Patriots with a 3-0 lead after 3 from the Central Plains at Starion Bank Field on MSPN.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for West Fargo. Grand Rapids, no runs, 2 hits, and an error. Pleasure to have you along here for the Central Plains Regional on MSPN Digital Television. Wherever you are watching, you can go back and watch previous games in case you missed it. It is a full day of baseball. You've got other things to do. You can watch it at your leisure. Sam Dick to lead things off against Hudson Dinger, top of the 4th. And the delivery is ball 1 as we got going a little before 4, so about 45 minutes or so through 3 innings of work. Games have really clipped along, and again, we were late in starting as they scrambled to get the field playable. And again, it's a little bit tough in some spots of the outfield, but on short notice after the rain, it'll work. 2-0 and a strike, 2-1. We were supposed to start at 9:30 and ended up right around 11:15 or so. First game lasted a little over 90 minutes, and game 2 was under 90. So that has certainly helped. 2-1. Off the handles and a pop-up. Can Zanker get there? Yes. Catches in foul ground for out number 1.
Now batting, shortstop.
They say getting into the getting into the kitchen. 1 away. Caleb Gunderson, a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. First pitch, a ball, and it's 1-0. Grand Rapids holding up their numbers. 6 games in the state tournament, they scored 42 runs. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0 the count. Hudson Dinger has surrendered 2 hits so far. 3 strikeouts. As he is just north of 50 pitches right now. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it is 2-1. Winner gets Lincoln East tomorrow at 3:30. It'll be right here on MSPN Digital Television. The loser will play Harrisburg, South Dakota at 9:30. Now 3-1. Gunderson, 2 RBIs against Shakopee in the championship game there. Also had 2 hits against Alexandria and a 1-out walk here. I'll bring up Wegworth.
First baseman, number 24, Alex Wigworth.
Grand Rapids did compete in the Gopher Classic last month. Big tournament down in the Twin Cities, and the delivery. And a strike, 0-1. West Fargo won that tournament 2-3 years ago, I believe. It's a huge tournament, so it is certainly a big one to win, as it is now 1-1 to Wegworth. Here's the 1-1, throw to first and the runner back. Good lead over there at first as Gunderson into that primary lead. It is inside and 2-1 the count. Grand Rapids won the Sub-State 9 champions. They beat Hibbing 8-3 to get to state. Runner goes foul at the plate, and I think that did get a piece of the catcher, Ryan Camarillo, and he is still down. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Caleb Gunderson threw a no-hitter in the Sub-State 9 tournament as Camarillo, head coach Jordan Rowe, to check on him, is not sure where that foul tip got him. It's maybe the right, maybe his right leg perhaps. Yeah, he's trying to walk it off a little bit. That one stung. That job is not for the faint of heart back there. It's warm, you're on the turf, so it feels a little bit warmer, and chances are you're gonna get dinged once in a while. Camarillo okay, as he'll go back behind the dish. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Alex Wegworth, Camarillo sharing a word or two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A ground ball, that's through, base hit, past the diving Medina, and Gunderson will get to second. So Grand Rapids had a couple of 2-out singles in the third, a walk and a single here in the fourth, and he'll get the tying run to the plate, and Oliver Spahn, the catcher, struck out in his first at-bat. Spahn, his best game at the plate at State was 2 hits against Hutchinson. In the opening round, had 2 doubles and a pair of runs batted in. Spahn had 4 hits in the state tournament, and they all came in the first 3 games at State. 1 for 3 against Alexandria on the first, and 1 for 4 with a run scored. Following day against New Ulm. Grand Rapids trying to answer here in the fourth, down 3-0. Delivery. There's a strike, 0-1. West Fargo was the 3 seed for the state tournament behind Post 2 and Post 400. Here's the 0-1. And low, 1-1 the count. We're kind of neck and neck. Post 400 for, in fact, the final series of the regular season between those 2 teams. West Fargo had to sweep to get to the 2 spot, but they knew they were, chances are they were going to face up at State, and boy, did they, 3 times. 1-2, good fastball there. Let's see what Dinger, he tries to go back up the ladder. Take care of Spahn. Sweeney on deck. Hussar will shade the batter. 2-3 steps in right center to the opposite way. What a curve instead, struck him out. He might have been thinking fastball. He didn't get one. As Spahn down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. It's number 4 now for Hudson Dinger. And that'll bring up Caden Sweeney. Line to first in his first at bat. Hudson Dinger trying to work through some traffic here in the fourth. 3-0 West Fargo. And the delivery. Overhand delivery and strike 1. One the count. Ari Lampa on deck. A walk and a single. But 2 on here for Grand Rapids. They've been out hit 6-3 by the Patriots. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1 the count. Hudson Dinger has shut him down, but it's been at times some pretty deep pitch counts. 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm at 65 right now. Swing and a miss, and 2 balls, 2 strikes. And 105 is your pitch limit for the day, and he keeps up this pace. He might have to need a quick inning somewhere along the line to maybe potentially get to the finish. 2-2, 2 out, and got him. And ball was dropped, picked up by Camarillo. The throw on to first will officially make it 3 outs in the inning. Dinger gives up a walk and a single, but fans 2. No runs and a hit, no errors. 2 stranded for Grand Rapids in the fourth. Patriots lead 3-0, and we'll be right back.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
Hudson Dinger, 67 pitches through 4. Meantime, Sam Dick at a 23-pitch third inning. He's at 46 through 3. It's a 3-0 West Fargo advantage. It'll be at the bottom third of the order for the Patriots. As mentioned, the Patriots, talked about earlier, they beat Shakopee, obviously very familiar with Pulse 400. A couple of the teams that have played at state, or I should say in the Central Plains tournament they have faced this year. Austin Olean to lead things off for the West Fargo Patriots. Bottom of the fourth inning. Sam Dick deals, and it is ball one. Olean, Zinker, and Camarillo, which was that trio that got a two-out rally started to start the scoring in the second. That's 1-1. Single by Olean, scored on Camarillo's single. Zinker reaching third, throw got away, and Zinker came around and scored. Patriots adding a run on a two-out single from Finn, and 1-2 now to Olean. The 1-2 in the turf, and it's 2-2 the count. The state tournament is, they try to basically award it on a 2-year basis. Ground ball to second. Nice job, Madison, and just got it. Good work on both ends. Wegworth able to dig that out, and Olean is retired. And one away for West Fargo in the fourth for Max Zinker.
Now batting third base.
And in the past, it was usually you hosted for 2 years. For example, Rapid City did in 22 and 23. Pulse 400 and West Fargo decided to basically split it up. And the delivery strike to Zinker. They hosted, 400 did, the state tournament here last year. And thought 2 tournaments would be a little much, so West Fargo took it last year. 400 here in 25. Chopper out to short. Gunderson with a nice play. Throw. Pulls him off the bag, but tag applied. And Zinker is out number 2. And they elected to kind of do that again here this year with in 26. We Mandan and back to 400. Kind of the feeling is, kind of the Pulse 400 standpoint is like if you've got that tournament here for 1 year, you're excited, and if you have to do it that second year, then maybe the enthusiasm, the help you might get from volunteers and such may not always be there. So they elected to take 27, strike at its 0-1. Camarillo an RBI single and nearly grazed by that pitch, and it's 1-1. And it's been with 2 outs where West Fargo has done all of its damage. 1-1 delivery. It is a strike, and it's 1-2. Well, he does have a good fastball, that's for sure. High 80s with some good movement to it. 1-2. Breaking pitch fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here's the 1-2. Fastball just missed off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Two pitch. All the home teams or the state champions have won so far today, with Lincoln, Shakopee, and North Dakota champion West Fargo with the lead here in the 4th. Payoff pitch. Little tapper out in front of home plate. And Camarillo is safe. Throw from Spahn, not held at first by Wegworth, and Camarillo reaches an error charge to the catcher, Spahn.
Now batting top of the order for West Fargo.
And it will be
number 3, Trey Hussar.
Trey Hussar. Lined left at his last at bat, but again a 2-out base runner for West Fargo. And the delivery up the middle and a base hit. Hussar is his first hit at state. Camarillo to second. Trey wasting no time there. Solid base hit. Here come the Patriots again, trying to play 2-out bingo, and that'll bring up Landon Zink.
Now batting left field, number 15, Landon Zink.
Looking at the messages here, Greg McNary, that's very true. Quality of fields, the AA towns are pretty good. Starion and Jack Williams here. Young Field, West Fargo's a great facility. Of course, the indoor facility they've added on to that is something special. Williston hosting the state tournament last week, and, well, much like we had to deal with last night, they dealt with some pretty heavy rains. Thankfully, Williston State came through for the first couple of days of the tournament. Fly ball center field, playable as Savado's over. Waits, and one-handed catch to retire Zink. And the Patriots down here in the 4th. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 2 left on, 5 left on for the Pats. Through 4, West Fargo a 3-1 lead, or excuse me, a 3-0 lead after 4 from the Central Plains Regional in Fargo on MSPN Digital Television.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Well, we got the Central Plains Legion tournament here in Fargo, and the Fargo squad of the Little League playoffs. The regional, they beat South Dakota, beat Sioux Falls today 5-4 in Indiana. They are 1 win away from going back to Williamsport for the Little League World Series. Fargo was the North Dakota representative a couple of years ago and represented the Midwest in Williamsport, as they are 1 win away on Friday. The way I understand it, I was talking with Chad Hansen, who was one of the coaches on that team that went to Williamsport 2 years ago. Apparently it's 1 win, and that's it. There's no double elim or anything like that. They win Friday. They're going to Williamsport. 1-0. Fastball from Dinger, and it's now 2-0. Lampa, Madison, and Morgan. The Grand Rapids Wolfpack here in the top of the 5th inning. Game 3 of the day. Seen some solid pitching so far in this tournament. Now 3-0. Keegan Hudson, 6 innings, surrendered just a solo home run. Kalai Larson, Trevor Roach, and Santino Aranaga. A combined 1-hit shutout for Lincoln East. And the openers, they blanked Harrisburg, South Dakota. A 3-1 score. 3-1 the count here. And the delivery. Fastball swing on and miss. 3-2. Dinger, 6'2", 200 pounds. Going into his senior year at West Fargo Cheyenne High School. The payoff. And strike three. Got him looking. Came all the way back from going down 3-0, and he has fanned 3 batters in a row, has Hudson Dinger.
Next batter, second base. Number 8.
6 is the total through 4 1/3 for Wiley Madison. Singled. He and Morgan and Wegworth have the hit so far for Grand Rapids. Hit to the right side as Dinger goes to cover, throw to first, and safe. Ranging over the hole, O'Lean, not hit real hard. Dinger going over to cover as that'll be scored a base hit. So Madison's 2 for 2.
Number 3, Ethan Morgan.
I'll bring up Ethan Morgan. Taking a peek at that again as he ranged over the hole. Dinger got over there to cover, but throw not in time. Morgan 1 for 2, singled in the third. Really the only real threat for Grand Rapids coming in the third inning. Good fastball there and a swing and a miss. Well, most of the team, I believe, that can play in the tournament is, I believe it's 6. Swinging a foul at the plate. Potentially could play 2 on that final day. I believe it is 6. The 0-2 foul. In North Dakota, the AA state tournament is 10-team and it's double elimination. West Fargo, as we mentioned, had to play 7. They had to play 2 each on the final 2 days, Friday and Saturday. Not that you can't come back all the way after getting beat in the opening day. The 0-2, swinging a miss and a strikeout. Those 2 did it last year. They're losing in the opening round. Worked themselves all the way back to win Central Plains title.
10, Nolan Svatos.
Svatos the batter. Trying to shorten his last at bat. The delivery is a strike, nothing in 1. We're having baseball jargon in the discussion. Yeah, Grand Rapids could use some diamond cutters. The delivery. What was the term? They had Tom Kelly do color for a few Twins games a few years ago. That was a diamond cutter he used. Ugly Finder was another one. Here's the 1-1. Slide step and a strike, and it's 1-2 to Svatos. Sam Dick on deck. Well, pitching and defense so far, and some 2-out magic. It's done the trick for the Patriots so far. Out to second to Medina, and on to first, and the inning's over. No runs and a hit, no errors. 5 left on for Grand Rapids. They strand 1 in the top of the 5th. Patriots lead 3-0 from the Central Plains here in Fargo. Starion Bank Field on MSPN.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
3-0 your score as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Is looking back at some of the pitching outings for Grand Rapids. Sam Dick threw the shutout against Alexandria. They used 4 different pitchers in a slugfest against Hutchinson. Sam Dick actually got the winning relief. He gave up 4 hits in an inning and a third. Ethan Morgan pitched 5 in a combined shutout win over New Ulm, his second. He went 5 in that victory. He and Joe Dick combined in the shutout. West Fargo to bat. Jet Collins to lead things off, bottom of the fifth. We appreciate you being with us here on MSPN Digital Television inside Ball 1. With Mike Mason, I'm Brad Anderson, and our crew here at Starion Bank Field. Of course, with Fargo Post 400, and a lot of folks making this tournament, well, it's now here. It's a strike in 1-1. So you prep for it, you start planning for it months ahead, and probably even longer than that. The 1-1 pitch, all of a sudden, it's here. 1-2 the count. There's a few things you got to worry about. Rain. You always know Mother Nature's going to throw a curveball in there at some point. Go back to the final day for Grand Rapids. They used 2 pitchers against East Grand Forks. They got a really nice outing. There's a swing by Collins and a fly ball. Left center field over into the alley, and that one is caught. Able to chase it down. A deep left center field. Fatos the catch, and Jet Collins, a well-hit ball, retired here in the fifth. Batter is Brody Medina.
Next batter, second base, number 1, Brody Medina.
At Caden Sweeney against East Grand Forks, kind of saved him. 5 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 earned run and 5 hits, 2 walks in relief of Svatos. And an 8-6 win, which basically clinched the regional berth. Medina swings and drives one left center field into the alley, diving, and that one will fall. So Savatos picks it up to second. It's Medina with a 1-out double. Heck of an effort by Lamp out there. Nearly got to it in left center field, diving and just out of his reach.
Next batter for West Fargo, right field, number 4, Luke Finn.
Finn, an RBI single. He is 1 for 2, an RBI hit back in the third. West Fargo certainly would like to piece it together some more and add to the lead here late in the fifth. Ball 1. Interesting to see once you get, through day 1 or day 2 for that matter, because I figure most teams have that one solid pitcher, at least a couple. Interesting to see Fargo Post 400. It's got some ways they could go tonight. Maybe Ashton Reedus, perhaps, against Yankton. Team I don't believe they saw in the regular season. Here's the 1-0. Their travels, little tapper back to the mound. Dick looks at third, fires to third, and Medina's out. I think Dick was maybe a little bit surprised he saw Medina taking off for third, and they got him down as Finn will reach at first.
The designated hitter.
Pitcher to third.
Number 12, Tate Herman.
And 2 down here for the Patriots. Batters Tate Herman. Herman 0 for 2, a couple of ground ball outs to the right side. And the delivery. It is high. Really out of the pitching outings in that state tournament. Sweeney at 5 1/3. Ethan Morgan gave him 5 solid. Sam Dick with that shutout. Really the pitching outings that stood out the most. On a couple of hops to second, and Madison on to first, and just like that, the inning comes to a close. With a double from Medina, he gets cut down at third. No runs and a hit. No errors. One stranded for West Fargo in the fifth. After 5, it remains 3-0 Patriots from the Central Plains here in Fargo on MSPN.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Top of the 6th. Grand Rapids starting to run out of time here. It's 3-0 West Fargo. As it will be, Sam Dick to lead things off against Hudson Dinger for the Grand Rapids Wolfpack. As Dinger, 5 shutout innings so far, and strike 1. Kept Sam Dick off the bases. Lined third in his last at bat. And the delivery, half swing. Did he go? He did. There's a strike, and it is 0-2. Sam Dix at 72 pitches through 5. Hudson Dinger at 84 now, as he works here in the top of the 6th. He has scattered 4 hits, 4 singles, now 1-2. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Patriots have played airless baseball behind him. 1-2. Good fastball, 2-2. See what he comes back with here now. If we go back to that fastball. Half swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3, and there's 1 away. A good breaking pitch there. Not much Sam Dick could do on that. And an end of the batter.
Number 12, Caleb Gunderson.
Here's Caleb Gunderson. Mentioned Gunderson had a no-hitter late in the season on the mound for the Wolfpack. And the dirt ball 1 here. Walked in the 4th. Did pitch some at State as well for Grand Rapids. Strike, and it's 1-1. His best game of the plate, 2 hits, including a double and an RBI, and a 2-0 win over Alexandria on August the 1st. Also had 2 hits, 3 runs batted in against East Grand Forks last Sunday, and it's now 2-1 here. Gunderson pitched just once at State. Started a start and no decision. Opening game against Hutchinson, 3-1 the count. Hutchinson, a team that won their section, went on to State in 3A in the spring. 3-1 pitch, and a base hit up the middle. So Gunderson wins the battle there, a single to center. Hutchinson beat Fergus Falls twice to get to State out of Section 8, and I believe it's 3A. They have 4 classes down, Minnesota high school baseball. Solid base hit, as that will bring up Alex Wigworth. He singled the 4th, he's 1 for 2. Reminder later tonight, the delivery, probably pretty close to being on time now for the opening ceremonies, which are set for approximately 6:30, and post 400 in Yankton. Fargo post 400 and Yankton will finish off day 1 of this tournament approximately 7 p.m. 1 strike. And Dinger delivers. It is check swing. He held up. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Boy, look at this tournament. Again, you probably, if you're not familiar, like I said, we're familiar here with obviously post 400 in West Fargo and seeing them a lot up here, and a lot of good things about Lincoln East as well. 1-1, and the delivery, and a strike, 1-2. And one thing about the Minnesota teams over the years. It always seems like it's very balanced when they get to that Division I state tournament. I think this year was pretty much no exception. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout. There's 2 down. So 2 away in the 6th. That will bring up Oliver Spahn.
The catcher, number 2, Oliver Spahn.
Hudson Dinger now. That's 9 strikeouts. Is it 9? 96 pitches is where he stands right now. The delivery. Sharply hit to short, played by Collins to the bag, and the inning's over. So Spahn, who had struck out twice. First pitch swinging, retired. Hudson Dinger, 6 shutout innings. No runs and a hit, no errors. The Wolfpack leave 1. It remains 3-0 West Fargo after 5.5 from Starion Bank Field in Fargo.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
And we're proud to be the home of the Central Plains Tournament here in 2025 from our home base, Starion Bank Field. Mike Mason, I'm Brad Anderson. Bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-0 West Fargo. The North Dakota champion Patriots with the lead. Boy, if this is an atypical West Fargo, or a typical West Fargo game. Solid pitching and defense and enough offense to make it fly. Ball 1 to Olin. This is Exhibit A. 1-0 the count. Olin, Zenker, and Camarillo for the Pats here in the 6th. Sam Dick pitched himself a pretty decent game as strike called, 1-1. West Fargo 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Camarillo and Finn with RBI singles. Fly ball right center field. In his tracks, Fados had him played perfectly for round number 1. That'll bring up Zenker.
Now batting third base, number 23, Max Zenker.
The thing about the West Fargo lineup, it can really get production from really anywhere in the order. Last 3 games of that state tournament for Max Zenker, hitting in the 8th spot, he had 6 hits. He went 6 for 10. Ball 1 here. And you look up and down the lineup, and they can get, like I said, 1 through 9 can find ways to beat you. Here's the 1-0. It's a swing and a high fly ball to left. Zenker got that one deep to left. It's deep up at the wall, leaping, and it's off the wall in left field. Zenker for second, and he has a double. Boy, just missed leaving the yard on that one. Zenker to left, and again, you get out to left field. It's especially kind of towards the foul pole left. That's where kind of the rain did the most damage and the most trouble. And straightaway left. Zenker has a double and has a 2-hit game. So Medina and Zenker each with 2 hits. And stay hot, Max Zenker. Here's Camarillo.
Now batting for West Fargo, the catcher, number 21, Ryan Camarillo.
Camarillo singled in the second. He reached on an error in the fourth. And that's fouled away. Here's another example. Camarillo, that 9 spot, also reached on an error in his last plate appearance. And you look at the bottom of the order here. O'Lean with a hit. Bottom of the orders produced 4 hits. A couple of runs scored in RBI. You'll take that. Runner breaks for third. They might have a chance. Throw and just in is Zanker. If they score that, you might have to make an argument for a pass ball on that. Camarillo, with the runner at third now, they'll say you have to bring the infield in. Down 3, you can't afford to give any more. Squeezes on, pitch is dropped, the runner will score, and Zanker makes it 4-0. Squeeze was on, pitch came inside and kind of crossed up Spahn, and it almost ends up being almost like a pure steal of home. It's not intended to be, but in the end, that's kind of what happened. 2-1 now to Camarillo. The Patriots don't care how they got it. They got it. It's 4-0. It was a pass ball charge to Spahn to get him to third. And they get him home, and what turns out to be a wild pitch inside hits Camarillo. So 4-0 your score as Camarillo to first. That'll bring up Trey Hussar.
Top of the order for West Fargo. Now batting center fielder number 3, Trey Hussar.
Trey 1 for 3, singled in the fourth. There's a sizable gap in left center field with Svantos playing to pull on pretty much all the left-handed bats. Trey is a guy that has some speed. Trey he's played in this field many times with the Patriots. He also played here in his, at least part of his region high school tournament. It's now 2-0. Trey heading to South Dakota State. Play for the Jacks next year. Just graduated this spring. Strikeouts 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Wonder if Sam Dick is reaching the end of the line. Pitch-wise, he is now at 85. 5 1/3. He has surrendered 9 hits. And 2 of the runs is unearned. Swing and a miss by Hussard at 3-2. The second run he gave up in the second was unearned, and you could make a case this one would be unearned as well. Go to first with the runner back. Up 4 with 1 out. How aggressive are you with put Camarillo in motion? He doesn't have much of a lead, so I doubt he's going. He's not. And Hussar sharply hit to second. Madison to the bag for 1, on to first, and out in time. Hussar beat it. And out number 2. I'll bring up Zink.
Now batting, left fielder, number 15, Landon Zink.
And it's Zink 0 for 3. For the first and the runner back. Talked about the depth of the West Fargo pitching staff. They got complete games from Parker Henrick in the state tournament, Landon Zink, and Luke Finn. And they got 7+ out of Hussard, a no decision, and they got, what was it, 6 2/3 out of Dinger? Against post 400, actually, yeah, 6 2/3. He's umpire. Oh, they're shooing Medina back to the dugout. You'll see teams try to do that once in a while. Well, the on-deck hitter can have it, well, obviously being in the on-deck circle, and sometimes that second batter sneaks out, and umpires do have kind of the eagle eye out for that. They say, no, you got to hang in the dugout. You can't cheat out there. I think it was Eric Cooler that caught that. 1-0 for the first, and the runner's back. Dinger's at 97 pitches through 6, so we'll see if he does come out for the 7th. Pitch to Zink, it's now 2-0. That run in the 6th here looks rather large for the Patriots. Again, they won in the first round last year. And lost Thursday and then were eliminated Friday afternoon by those two. Little tapper right side and foul. 2-1 now to Zink. We saw a guy with some speed, so he figured with 2 out, you really don't, the risk reward of maybe putting something in motion here with 2 out really wouldn't be a bad option here for West Fargo. Now 9 hits. First, and ball knocked down to the runner back. Minnesota teams, after clinching Sunday, didn't get a lot of time to pack up their stuff and head out, as teams reported yesterday to Fargo, to their hotels, and banquet last night at the Lights. Encourage you to stick around for the opening ceremonies, as North Dakota Governor Kelly Armstrong will throw out the first pitch. Recognition of all the teams and everybody involved with this tournament. 2-2. And foul. Off to the left and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankton Post 12 here. The host, those 400 Stars, will be coming up next, as we are a little over 90 minutes in this one. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Deuce is wild on 2-2. Throw to first, and Deuce are a little slow to get back, but he does get back in time. Two. Got him. Strike 3 on the outside corner. And that'll end the inning. That's it for Sam Dick. He certainly battled here in this one, as West Fargo adds a run on a hit. No errors. 93 pitches for Sam Dick. 1 left on. The Patriots have a 4-0 lead. Dinger's out for the 7th when we come back.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information, or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Hudson Dinger will try and finish what he started here as top of the 7th inning. A 4-0 West Fargo lead, as strike 1 here to Caden Sweeney. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Patriots. For the Wolfpack, no runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Sweeney is 0 for 2, struck out in his last at bat. It's 1-1. Dinger now him at 99 pitches. Put the wraps on this one. And the delivery is struck out 9. It's now 1-2 to Sweeney. Lampa and Madison. Madison's toughest out for him with 2 hits. He has 2 of the 5 for the Wolfpack. Got to play 1 and 2. Wolfpack with 5 singles. Their biggest threat was in the 3rd, 2 on, 2 out. And Santos line to short to put an end to that. Strike 3 and strikeout number 10 for Hudson Dinger. One away in the 7th for Ari Lampa.
Third base, number 7, Joe Dick.
Oh, we have a pitch hitter, Joe Dick. Will hit for Ari Lampa. Joe Dick is the pinch hitter for Lampa. Lampa leaves 0 for 2. Addison is in the on-deck circle, and the delivery. Fastball high, and it is 1-0. 1-0 pitch, as in his hands and missed, 2-0. Dinger set down the first 80 face before Madison's single in the 3rd. He's had to work around a little bit of traffic since then. 2-1. He's reached 105 pitches now for the day. So this will probably be his last hitter. 3-1. It is. Heck of an outing for him. We've seen solid pitching throughout today. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff on 3-2. There's strike 3. 11 now for Hudson Dinger, and out comes Jordan Roll, and that will be the end of the line for Hudson Dinger. Unofficially at 108 pitches, and boy, he pitched himself a beauty.
The final pitch count for Hudson Dinger, 24 for West Fargo. Final pitch count, 108.
108 for 6 2/3. Let's hear the hand for the standout right-hander. Six 2/3 for Dinger, and he was terrific this afternoon as he gave up 5 hits, 1 walk, and 11 strikeouts. He throws 108 pitches, and new pitcher out there to try and finish for the West Fargo Patriots. So we will take a pause. Actually, let's see here. I think is it Austin Oline? Yep, looks like it will be Austin Oline. So I think they'll probably switch in that regard as Oline will try and get the final out here in the 7th. Dinger threw a gem as leaves 1 out to try and get here top of the 7th. Pitching change and a quick pause. 4-0 Patriots from the Central Plains. We'll be right back.
Mandy's of Fargo, ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo, ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Austin Oline, the goal is simple, get the final out. Oline pitched last Saturday, second championship game at Offutt Stadium in Williston. Beat Bulls 406-1, 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. As Oline will try and finish this up here in the top of the 7th. Is it Oline or? Actually, I think it might be Caden Rademacher, I believe, that's pitching. And the delivery is inside. It's 6, I think. Yeah, it's Rademacher, not Oline. Oline stayed at first, so correction on that. It is Rademacher. It is on for Lean still at first base, so the delivery, and it is 2-1 the count. So Rademacher be a senior coming up, 6 foot, 165-pound right-hander. Pop fouled. It's 2-2 now to Riley Madison, who has 2 singles here for Grand Rapids. Rademacher, 2 appearances at state. Took the loss against Pulse 400, got the win in relief. Relief of Trey Hussard, a 2-1 win over Dickinson. Ground ball to first. Oline has it to the bag, and the Patriots stay in the winner's bracket. Solid outing for the West Fargo Patriots, as Rademacher and Dinger combined on the shutout. Sam Dick pitched well, albeit a losing effort for the Grand Rapids Wolfpack. The Patriots will face Lincoln East. Game done in 1 hour and 41. The Patriots stay in the winner's bracket. They'll face Lincoln tomorrow at 3:30. It'll be Grand Rapids and Harrisburg to start things at 9:30 a.m. As we'll take a quick break, wrap things up from here. West Fargo wins at 4-0. We're back to the Central Plains in just a moment.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
I don't really
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Well, the win, Hudson Dinger now for West Fargo. He's looking at his numbers here as he is now 4-3 on the year, as 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the West Fargo Patriots. As West Fargo leaves, I believe it was 7 on, and it was 7 on base. Grand Rapids, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. They strand 6. Hudson Dinger, 6 2/3, 5 hits, shutout baseball. He walked 1, struck out 11, striking out the final 2 batters he faced, reaching his pitch limit at reaching the 105 pitch limit. He finished his final batter at 108 pitches, and Rademacher gets the final out through just 5 pitches in that 1 at-bat. Sam Dick pitched well, took the loss for Grand Rapids, 93 pitches, 6 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, and a strikeout to take the loss for Grand Rapids here at State. As Sam Dick taking the loss, he is now 5-2 on the season. Again, if there is a prototype for West Fargo, this is it. Pitching and defense, and see if you can piece enough offense together to make it work, and they certainly did here today. 9 hits and a lot of 2-out magic as take things to the bottom of the 2nd inning here in our game recap. It was basically 3 hits with 2 out to get things going here for West Fargo, as Austin Oline and Max Zinker with singles, and then Ryan Camarillo with a base hit up the middle, scoring Oline to make it a 1-0 game. And on the play, Zinker heading to third. The throw getting away from the third baseman. Zinker coming around to score to make it 2-0. Camarillo ended up going all the way to third base on that play, but it was 2-0 after 2. The Patriots handled a run on the third again with 2 out. Brody Medina with a single, still second, and Luke Finn Played 2-out bingo with an RBI single to make it 3-0 in the third, and then one more in the sixth. A one-out double from Max Zinker. He went to third and a pass ball, and when Camarillo at the plate trying to put down a squeeze bunt, pitch came inside, got away from the catcher's spawn. That allowed Zinker to score to make it 4-0. As West Fargo with 9 hits, Zinker 2 for 3 with a double, 2 runs scored. Brody Medina 2 for 3, a double and a run scored. Also base hits for Jet Collins, Trey Hussar, Austin O'Lean, and that RBI single from Ryan Camarillo. 5 hits led by 2 for 3, pair of singles from Riley Madison at the bottom of the order for Grand Rapids. Ethan Morgan, Caleb Gunderson, and Alex Wegworth also had hits as well here for Grand Rapids. So West Fargo with the win. The Pats go to win number 43 on the season. They're 43-14. Grand Rapids falls to 19-15. So Grand Rapids will face Harrisburg, South Dakota. That's an elimination game. The first elimination game tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9:30 a.m. And our first winner's bracket game is now set. West Fargo and Lincoln at 3:30. This game played 1 hour and 41 minutes, as we'll get the opening ceremonies coming up here in around 45 minutes to an hour. And then our final championship game. Fargo Post 400, the host Stars, will be the visiting team on the scoreboard as they will face Yankton in our final matchup here, set for approximately 7 p.m. So that'll do it here in this one. For Mike Mason, our sponsors, and all the crew here at Starion Bank Field, I'm Brad Anderson. Come back in about 45 minutes to an hour for the opening ceremonies, just ahead of first pitch with Yankton and the Post 400 Stars later on tonight. So long for now from Starion.
The proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPN-DTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.